Hello everyone, today we are going to be learning about how to start seeds indoors. So I'll be teaching about how to start the seeds indoors, when to start the seeds, and where to actually place the seeds when you've actually sown them. So I've got these pots here. There's, as we all know, pots come in different shapes and sizes. We've got these ones here. You can use these ones and these as well. But for today, we are using these cell trays, these cells for today's demonstration. First of all, what you need is to make sure that your pots are clean and they don't harbor any bacteria or anything in there. Make sure they are clean. I've got this compost here. I've used the standard compost, normal compost for many years, and they do work all right. They do start seeds okay, but I've got friends who also say that when they use that, sometimes some of their seeds don't germinate. So to avoid all that problem, your best bet is to use seed starting mix, or what we call seed starting mix actually. So this one that I've got here, not to advertise for anybody though, but this one says young plants compost. Yeah, so that's a good one to start with. Yeah. So what I normally do is to sort of moist the seed starting mix, moist a little bit. One advantage of using this is this kind of seed starting mix is that it's been treated and does not, well, as they say, does not contain any harmful bacteria and fungi and stuff like that. It is smooth as well. You won't find any hard stones or anything like that in there. So go ahead and just fill the tray up. So what you don't want to do is to compact it. You don't want to compact that, but at the same time you don't want to leave any air pockets in there. If there are any air pockets in there, they sort of affect the seeds. So you just push them down a little bit. Don't compost it, but don't compact it, but just push it down a little bit. So you got these there, and you don't also want it to come all the way up, just so that when you water it, the water will sit on there nicely. Okay, so here we go. We've done that. So we are starting with a few seeds here. I've got this this lovely tomato here, mini bell. Okay, so let's go ahead and sow it. Actually, it's a bit difficult to open, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. Let me just use that. Right, so yeah, just to make sure that your seeds germinate, it's always good to sow at least 2 seeds in a pot or in a cell. Yeah. Okay, so let me just backtrack a little bit. The reason why I dumped the compost first before putting them in is that when I do it that way, then it means once I finish, I'll water it sparingly. What I don't want to do is to put in so much water after sowing the seeds. Once you do that, the seeds fall all the way down, and sometimes they find it difficult coming up. So there you go. So you just pop the seeds on there. 1, 2, and you can use anything at all just to push it down a little bit. Yeah, you can use screwdriver or anything just to push it down a little bit, not too deep. Yeah, that's it. And one important thing to do is to label your seeds, because once they start growing, you might forget exactly what you are sure to forget exactly what you've sown in what cell. So you got tomato mini bell. Put today's date on there, and then I label it straight away, even before I go to the next one. always follow the instructions on the packet, because they will come with their own set of instructions. This is cucumber that I'm sowing on here. So here we go. So the same way, just pop them on there. You don't push them too deep. So just on top there as well, leaving some space in between the two. So cover it nicely. Okay, and then label it as well. So some seeds like okra. When you are sowing okra, for instance, it's important that you soak it overnight before you sow it. Otherwise, you'll find it difficult germinating. Okay. So I'll just go ahead and sow the rest. Okay, so now that we've finished, I prefer to use that to water it in the first instance, so that I don't necessarily, again, I don't push the seeds all the way down. Yeah, so I just use that, because remember, the soil is already moist, so just a little bit of water will do. And one other important thing to remember is to make sure the compost never dries. Keep it moist at all times whilst germination takes place. Now what we need next is to ensure that the seeds are kept in a warm temperature. Most of these things that I've sowed, peppers and tomatoes and all that, they need a minimum of 15 degrees Celsius to actually germinate, and then so that warmth is very important. To achieve that, what you can then do is to sort of put them in that, cover it nicely, and then cover it nicely. So once you know you can maintain that sort of temperatures in your home, the next thing is to find a place where you can get a decent amount of sunlight during the day. So I would suggest that you put it on your south or southeast facing window, where obviously the kitchen is usually warmer in the household, so that is why it's advisable that you put it on a kitchen window. Either your kitchen window, or if you have a conservatory, you can also place it there. If you don't have any of these two, then what you can then do is to use grow lights. If you come with me, I'll show you exactly how I've set my grow light up and how I achieve germination even in the cold winter months. Right, so this is my paradise where I start my seed in order to get long growing season. So as I said, you pop the seed, you bring the seeds here, and then pop it in here. I can show you from here. These seeds have already started germinating. These are the grow lights I'm using. You don't have to use any ordinary bulb. These are special grow lights which you can get from many DIY shops as well, and they have to be so close to the plants that the plants wouldn't have to reach all the way up for it. For the lights, the lights have to be at least 1500 lumens, and they have to be about 45,000 kelvins in order to achieve the kind of growth that you want. So once you pop the cover on, you see you achieve the warmth that you need. And let me just quickly open this for you to have a look. So as you can see, the plants are growing nicely in there. Let's see. Okay, that's it. But if you don't have these covers, what you can then do is to just use any ordinary plastic to cover that, and then use rubber band to hold it in place. Yes. And then again, if you still can't get the heat that you need, you can use heat mat, which is this. They're very common on Amazon. You can just find them anywhere on Amazon. This heat mat, they give it a little bit of bottom heat to enable germination. Once they germinate, you can then stop using the heat mat, and then open up the covers, and you know, as it were, keep going from there. So that's pretty much all that you need to be able to generate your to be able to germinate your seeds indoors. I hope you have a good growing season and enjoy growing more seeds. Thank you for watching.